What does jet skiing around a merchant bazaar and collecting fruits have to do with anything? Find out with my pick of the week. Hey everyone, Kylie at Games Unlimited. Today, I'm here to talk about Tidal Blade's Banner Festival. I saw this at a recent trade show. I'll have to admit, I am not at all familiar with the Tidal Blade series of games, which means you don't have to be familiar with it either. I haven't played them. I don't really know anything about them other than its fairly distinctive art, very sort of water, fantasy water type world going on. But I saw this laid out and I saw that it used a trick-taking mechanism. Now, that is something that always piques my interest, but also gets me a little skeptical. That's because I love trick-taking games. I love your traditional trick-taking games. Absolutely love The Crew, that co-op trick-taking game that won Game of the Year a couple years ago. But I dislike when trick-taking games get too complicated, when they're trying to you're trying to win tricks but collect sets or do things like that. But this one looked like it was using a trick-taking style mechanism in service of other things. So I said, you know what, I might actually like that one. And if I'm talking about it, I'm here to say that I actually did like it quite a bit. So what happens in Banner Festival is the theme is a bit strange. I think they kind of shoehorned it into the Tidal Blades universe. But you are merchants, I suppose, and there's this festival, and you're only allowed to sell your goods where the gate is. There's these 4 different quadrants on the board. I don't know, theme schmeme. What's actually happening is you're trying to have the most points, and there are 3 ways to do it. Now, one way is to collect these star fruits, and they're nice, actually, like gooey little star fruits that you can collect. Depending on the number of players, there's a certain number of them in the middle, and you'll take actions that will allow you to collect them. When they've all been taken, the person who has the most gets that many points. Everyone else gets half as many as that they've taken, and then they all go back in. So those star fruits are going to score multiple times over the course of the game. Another way is area control. So the board is divided into 2 halves. Though there are 4 quadrants, there are 2 halves, and you're going to be able to place your banners on these spots on the board. And at the end of every round, there are 3 rounds in the game, basically hands, like a trick-taking game, there's going to be an area majority. So the person who has the most banners out there gets 6 points, second most gets 3, third most gets 1. So that's the second way that you can score points. The last way is by doing laps around this board. So there's 8 spaces, and as you move your little jet ski around, every time you cross the finish line, you're going to flip a card. The first card is worth 1 point, then your second lap is worth 3, and then 6, and so on and so forth, up to 28 points if you do, I don't know if it's 8 laps, 10 laps. So that's another way. Now, it's not really a race in that, it doesn't matter who's further ahead, it's just how many laps around you actually take. The way you're going to do this is everyone has a hand of cards. There's 4 different suits, and they go from 0 to 9. So we're each going to choose a card and reveal it at the same time. So this is not like traditional trick takers where somebody plays a card and that's the lead suit and you have to follow. But depending on where the gate is, that's going to determine the color order of the suits. So whoever plays the highest card of the highest suit will win. Now, winning is good because what winning does is it allows you to move your little jet ski all the way up to the gate. This is how you're going to circle the board multiple times. Ideally, the gate is really far away from you, so you say, I want to win this trick, and you move around to the gate. Awesome. If you can cross that finish line, you get to flip over the next card, get the higher point value for completing laps. But if you played the lowest card, and again, there are these 4 suits, so one of the suits is the lowest suit, so if you play the lowest card of the lowest suit, you get to take the special ability on that card. And each of the cards, 0 through 9, have a different special ability. Some of them will move you. Some of them will let you take star fruits. There's all sorts of things you can do. So you might be looking at your card going, I actually want to go, I want to be lowest so that I can take the special ability. And the person who played the lowest gets to choose how far the gate moves. So they get some control over what's going to be the high and low suit next trick, next card play. Everyone that played something in the middle is going to get to place banners. This is that area control part. So you get to place banners, and there's some rules about where that is going to get placed. But basically, the high card is going to be moving around doing laps. The low card gets control over where the gate goes and what's going to be high and low next hand, plus gets to do that special ability on the bottom. Everyone in the middle is going to put some banners out for area control. It's that simple. Games are 30, 40 minutes. It plays from 2 to 5. I've actually only played with 5. I know if you play with 2 or 3, you have sort of a random card draw. Not quite a dummy player. I think it would probably work really well at 3. I'm not sure at 2. But I had a blast with Tidal Blades. We argued quite a bit over whether it's actually a trick-taking game or not, and I think that's kind of fun. But regardless, it is a very fun game, one I highly recommend. Come check out Tidal Blades Banner Festival. I'm Kylie at Games Unlimited. Take one home and unbox some fun.